So, Dr. Tayyib, let me begin with you. Now, when we're talking about these price hikes, we're talking about affordability, we're also talking about availability. What do you think is causing for so many people not to have access to life-saving drugs?
We have two issues at our hand. One is availability, the other thing is affordability. As far as the availability of the medicine is concerned, majority of the antibiotics are available in Pakistan, and it's not just available in the country. Rather, they're available so readily on the medical shop that everybody can go in and purchase the medicine and use it at home. And here the problem lies. You see, in any decent healthcare setup, the antibiotic use should be fairly restricted. It should not be accessible to a common person who is naive, who doesn't understand the complications and intricacies of the use of antibiotics. Now, in our country, we have a culture, we have a habit of using antibiotics for every small symptom. Now, let me give you an example. A common example is the flu infection, the viral infections, which we all bound to have in 3 to 4 times every year, or maybe 6 times every year. Now, every time we get an infection, the fever comes up, and fever comes all of a sudden. It comes very high, 304 degrees Fahrenheit, maybe 101 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, a sudden fever obviously causes panic in the family. It causes panic with the person who has acquired the fever. His natural instinct is to get over this infection. Since the reflexes of this society is such that every time you get a fever, you like to get rid of this fever as early as possible. And it's a myth in the society that you have to take the antibiotic.
Right. Dr. Tayyib, you're rightly mentioning here how this has become very frequent, the use of antibiotics. And in the earlier segment, we did talk about this in greater depth, how that is damaging people. But when we're talking about other life-saving drugs like insulin, certain cancer drugs, there is a noticeable price hike in them. Prices seem to increasingly go up, and the affordability for the general population goes down. What is causing for these price hikes?
Okay, that's another thing. That's a total different spectrum altogether. You see, when we talk of the affordability, the price of medicine is also going to match with the market dynamics. If the raw material, the import prices have gone up, the manufacturing prices have gone up, the pharmaceutical companies have to increase the price to maintain the sustainability of their company and then profitability of the company. If you're going to take away the sustainability and profitability of the company, let me tell you, the availability of these medicines definitely going to go down. But this doesn't mean that I'm defending these pharmaceutical giants, I'm defending pharmaceutical companies. There has to be balance. The balance has to be brought in by a strict management by the healthcare agencies. And healthcare agencies mean the government of Pakistan, government of Punjab, government of health. At various levels, they have to make sure that even if the price hike comes, the price hike should not be at the cost of taking away the facility from the patients, because definitely these medicines are life-saving in a person.